Hello students, welcome to the online classes of Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School. Now I am going to discuss the second topic, which is the application of Huygens principle, in which we are going to prove the law of refraction using the Huygens principle. So in this particular case, you can see the figure over here. We have again drawn the incident wavefront as well as the refracted wavefront. This particular perpendicular line that you can see is called as the refracted wavefront. So over here we have assumed the two mediums. First medium, which is the rarer medium, having the refractive index mu1, and the second one is having the refractive index as mu2, and it is the denser medium. That means mu2 is greater than mu1. In this particular medium, say the wave is propagating with the velocity v1, and during this particular process, in a particular time t, it has just completed the displacement of BC, or you can say just propagated the distance of BC. Now over here it will see when it will be refracted in the medium 2, over here its velocity is going to change. Obviously velocity is going to decrease because now it is propagating in the denser medium. So over here the velocity is v2, which is achieved by this wave, and over here we have just when it is going to just you can say bounce here. After that successively it is going to bounce at point C. So it is going to have its wavefront. So over here we can take the radius to be v1t for this particular incident wavefront, and we can plot the wavefront in the form of hemisphere with the radius of v1t. Similarly, over here for the refracted wavefront, if you want to plot, it will be having the radius of v2t. And over here, if we are going to make the hemisphere of radius v2t, then we can get the refracted wavefront as tangent to this. So we are going to plot a tangent which is normal to this particular ray. Hence, we are going to get this particular shape over here. This is the angle of incidence I for the incident wavefront, and this is the angle of reflection for the refracted wavefront. Now, just after completing this particular diagram, we are going to prove the Snell's law by using the Huygens principle. So over here what we are going to do is, so in this particular right angle triangle we can see that we can calculate the sine I. So in the right angle triangle ABC, sine of angle BAC, which is nothing but sine I, incidence angle, will be given by BC by AC, which is nothing but perpendicular upon hypotenuse in this particular figure. Now in the very next case, in the right angle triangle ADC, so this is the right angle triangle ADC. Over here if we want to calculate the sine of angle DAC, which is sine R, is given by AD by AC, which is again perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So we can get the ratio of sine angle BAC to the sine angle DAC, and hence we are going to get the sine I by sine R, which is called as Snell's law. So it will be equal to, over here you can say that AC is common to both, will get cancelled out, and we are going to get BC by AD. So now if we want to calculate BC over here in terms of velocity and time, then obviously the distance is given by speed into time, and in this medium the speed is v1 and time is common to both, and it is t. Similarly, in the second case you will see for AD, over here the velocity is v2 and time is t, then this AD distance will be called as v2t. So simply just substitute this value, and t is common to both, it get cancelled out, and over here we are going to get the sine I by sine R is equal to v1 by v2, which is equal to mu2 by mu1, which is always a constant called as the refractive index of the relative refractive index of the two mediums. So over here we have got the relation of velocity with respect to the refractive indexes, or we have proved the Snell's law. So over here we have proved the law of refraction using the Huygens principle. So thank you so much. In the next video I am going to discuss about the interference and Young's double slit experiment. So thank you so much.